Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And Blobs wrote and wondered if I wanted to continue a series of puzzles with lots of straight lines in the same direction. I think, was it Ard and James Kopp I did back to back with green lines almost filling the grid. They were very clever puzzles, and Blobs is a very clever constructor, so this is almost certainly going to be just as interesting. I'm planning to look at it in a moment. Don't forget that you can have a go at SUDOKU rather brilliant CTC clone pack as our Patreon reward this month. Do check it out. You have till the 20th to enter the competition. I promise I will get the Roll of Honour up more quickly. We have at least got the Rolls of Honour up for the whole year so far, so you can check if on Patreon if you entered each competition correctly. And yeah, very many congratulations to those hundreds, well, nay, thousands of people who have entered the various Patreon rewards. Well done. And it's just as good a Patreon reward as ever. Skojo, Jojo, and Jobo have combined to make a brilliant one, and we highly recommend it. Now, if you do like line puzzles, Line Sudoku app is the very best way to get your fill of more of them. That is well, it's the last app that came out as I'm recording this. And it's still being updated, but the next app is out at some point very soon, I think, if not already. And it will be Cracking the Cryptic's Approachable Sudoku. So we're really looking forward to bringing you that. Yeah, that is great stuff. So that's on the way. Do check out our apps on the links under the video, or indeed our merch, like this fantastic mug, Cracking the Cryptic, of course, and Sven's SUDOKU PAD. But the first link is to this puzzle, Vaulted Lattice by Blobs, in which normal Sudoku rules apply. That's 1 to 9 going in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits along pink renban lines. These are renban lines. Sometimes they're purple, sometimes they're pink. Today they're clearly pink. Simon can't tell, but you and I can. And they form a consecutive sequence in any order. So those two must be consecutive digits. This could be 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, or any sequence, but in any order. Now, the cages, these are not killer cages. No, no, no. Well, some of the little ones are. Cages mark vaults in which digits may repeat, but they must sum to the total if given. There are not many given totals, and I don't think in any cages where there could be repeats. However, here is the important rule with these. Digits orthogonally adjacent to a vault may not be included within that vault. So, for example, whatever digit is in this cell, let's just make that yellow, cannot be in this cage because it is orthogonally adjacent to that cage. So it can't appear anywhere in that cage. It's a very strange rule. We have come across it 2 or 3 times before. I don't know if it's always standard called vaults, but I think that may be becoming standard. And Blobs is a very clever constructor, so I feel it's going to be used in a clever way here. Do give this puzzle a try. I'm really looking forward to it myself. And I am going to waste no more time. We get just 3 given digits. How generous. And a few tiny cage totals. So it's all about the lines and the vaults. Let's get cracking and find out how that works. Well, we've got a 1 on a line. This 2 sees all of these 3 cells by normal Sudoku rules. But this line must have a 2 on it, and it must now be there. The other digits on the line are 3, 4, 5 in some order. Now, I was thinking that the coverage of the pink lines in boxes 2, 5, and 8 is going to mean that it's going to be quite interesting to try and place 1s and 9s in there. But that may not be the right tack. Actually, look, we've got a 6 cage. Maybe basic killer technique is good. So there's only 2 ways to make up 6 in 2 cells. One is 1, 5, and the other is 2, 4. This one can't be 1, 5 because of that, and it's 2, 4, and we know which way round it is because of this. So we're away. Oh, that's a 2, 1 cage. That's very straightforward, and this cannot be a 1. Do you see why? On this renban, we would need to put another 2 and a 3, and we can't put 2 in those cells because of that. So that is a 2, that's a 1. Now, these are either 1, 3 or 3, 4. If they're 1, 3, they go that way round. If they're 3, 4, they go the other way round, which is quite strange. So this is now 6 or 7 to make up the 10 total. Oh, just by Sudoku, that's a 1. Maybe Sudoku is the way forward. So that does fix the 10 cage. That cannot be a 3 anymore. The rules of Sudoku are sometimes very helpful in doing Sudoku puzzles. That's a little tip. Now, we've got both that 2 and that 2 telling me that this vault, this cage, cannot have a 2 in it anywhere. It can have repeat digits, but it can't have a 2. So now the 2 in column 4 is in one of these 2 cells. Have we ruled out this cage having a 1? No, not at all. It could have a 1 there or there. Oh, this cage can't be 2, 8 or 3, 7. It's either 1, 9 or 4, 6. This is a 2-cell cage that adds up to 5, and this digit can't be 1. It's 2, 3 or 4, and this digit is 1, 2 or 3. But 2, 3 or 4 couldn't go with a 9 on the same renban, not a 3-cell renban. So that's not a 9, that's not a 1. I don't wish to be too prescriptive about what else it might or might not be at this stage. It's not obvious to me. Now I'm probably not using the rule. Ah, no, look. 3 now can't go in this cage anywhere. That is a big deal in this box, in box 3, where if it can't go in that cage and it can't go there by Sudoku, it must go here. Now that's not a surprise to get on this renban line. This renban line will definitely have a 4 and a 5 on. But it could then have a 1 or a 6 as the third unknown digit. This can't be a 3 by Sudoku anymore, so that's not a 2 by Killer. This is now even. If that's 4 or 6, this is definitely 3 or 5. But if that's 1, this is definitely 2, and that's 3. So this is always odd, 3 or 5. Is that interesting? It probably isn't. But it will be a digit that's excluded from this cage. Yeah, I find it very difficult to use this rule. Oh look, this cage now can't have any of 1, 2, 3 or 7 in it. So we're going to fill it up with digits from 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. We know they can repeat, so I'm not ignoring that, but I do want to think about this, which I don't think can have an 8 or a 9 on this renban. We couldn't get up there, so that's 4, 5 or 6. Now the only place left for a 1 is here. This 7 cage is either 1, 6 or 2, 5. And we can't put a 4 in this cage. Actually, there's lots of digits we can't put in this cage now. 2, 3 and 4 can't go in here. That can't be 2. Oh, we can place 2 in box 6 there. Then there's a 2 in one of those cages. And a 2 in one of these 3 cells. It'd be nice to know what was going on here. I don't know how to know that. Oh, this can't be a 3 by Sudoku. That's been available since the given digit appeared. So that is the only place for 3 on its renban. And now, I already knew 3 couldn't be in this cage. That is a 4, 5 pair. That doesn't help. Yeah, that's really interesting. Pairs like this won't appear in cages because they don't mean anything, but they will appear on lines. Oh, this is not restricted by the 7, is it? Maybe I need to think about where 9 and 8 go in this box. Maybe not. Okay, I don't know what I need to think about. I need to rethink. Okay, let's go back to this cage, which can't have 2, 3, or 4 in it. That is right, yeah. I don't know. This could be a 1. We're not allowed to put 1 in this cage. Goes all the way to there, actually. Oh, we've got to find a 1 in this box. I don't know, actually. It could be in those cells or those cells at the moment for me. Oh, hang on. That can't be a 1 in box 5. I'll tell you why. Because it would need a 2 on its line. And those two can't be 2 by Sudoku, nor that one. This one can't be a 2 because the Volts rule ruled it out of this cage because of that too. So this is not a 1. The 1 in box 5 is in one of these two cells. And for exactly the same reasons, it can't be here. This can't be a 2, that can't be a 2. This is in the same cage and can't be a 2. That C's a 2. So that is not a 1. This is the 1 in the central box. This now is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 renban line where the 2 has to be here. And this is 4, 5, also part of a 4, 5 pair. I was going to say not forming pairs with those, but they do because they see them by Sudoku rules. Anyway, that can't be 4 or 5, and we can't have a 4 in this cage. So this is now a 9, 1 cage. Now I can rule out 1 from there, and actually I can rule out 2 from this cell. Still 2 ways of putting that together. We can't have a 1 in this cage. Ah, where's the 1 in box 7? Actually, can it still be there? Oh, bother. I think it can. Okay, not a good question. Right, 4, 5 pair there. So in this column, these 3 are a 6, 2, 8 group. So that's not a 9. So we've got a 6, 8 pair now in the central box, and that can't be 6. It's quite interesting because it means this can't be 6 either. Oh, and we can't have a 9 by the Volt rule in this cage, so that's not a 9. 9's in one of those two cells. It's very hard to keep that Volt rule in mind. It just doesn't want to stay in this old noggin. Okay, 3 is not allowed to be in this cage. So the 3 in this column is going to have to be here. Oh, we've got a 1 on that renban. That really does fix things if I could just keep my eye on what's going on all the time. This 9 is making this line a 6, 7, 8, 9 line. Once you get 9 on a line, or 1, it is very determined. That is the good thing about renban. I'm wondering about colouring the 4, 5s at least. Trouble is, I keep looking at that and going, oh, they're in the same cage, they're a pair. But they're absolutely not. They could be the same. Oh, I don't know what to do next. There's a 2 in one of these two cells. Oh, there's a 2 there, so there's no 2 in this cage. Well, that fixes these 2s. I mean, it stops there being a 2 there in that cage. That is right, isn't it? Yes, I think it is. And that, by Sudoku, puts a 2 in the corner. And that, is that the last numbered cage that I've just finished off? Yeah, it is. So I'm not going to get any easy wins from numbered killer cages now. But I have got a 5 and 1, 4 placed in the grid. They might inform 4s and 5s if I started colouring them. Okay, and here we go. I'm starting. So that's yellow. That's on the same line. That's red. That's in the same column as yellow. That's in the same row as red. This one, I don't know. I think maybe, oh, what can this cell be? It's on a renban with 2 and 3. So it can only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Well, it can't be 1 because of that, and it can't be 6 because of that pair. So it must be from 4 and 5, and we have another pair. And although I think it very likely this is red and that's yellow, I cannot colour those. I can, however, make this a 9, 7. And now in this row, I have 1, 3, 6, and 8 to place. 1 is not allowed to be in this cage because of that 1. So it's over this side. 3, symmetrically, is not allowed to be in that cage. So it's over this side. But then 6 and 8, I don't know. One of these is 6 or 8, and that's the other of 6 or 8. I'm going to be colouring 6 and 8s now. So let's go bright blue and bright green. There's 2 of them. That's in the same box. Now, there is 1 here in those cells, and there is 1 here in those cells. And the 1 here, combined with that, means this digit is not 6 or 8. This is 4, 5, or 9 now. I don't know much about this renban. Oh, one of these 2 is blue. And weirdly, one of these 2 cells is green, based on this renban. I'm going to bother to do the colouring on that, because it's quite interesting. Now, this green cannot be in this cage. Where does green go in this box then? It's got to go here. Oh, this is interesting. This is a good way of approaching the puzzle, although I sort of stumbled into it. Now, one of these 2 is green in this box. And one of these 3, and that's not... Well, I've got to keep using this vault rule somehow, and it's hard to keep track of, but it's interesting that green can't be on it. So let's do some symmetrical stuff. Oh no, that only worked because we had a 9 on the renban line. So blue is here, green is here, yellow 4, 5 is here, red 4, 5 is in one of these cells. Isn't it? Yeah, it is. They are 4, 5, and 4 or 5 and 6 or 8 in some order. Oh, this is such a strange puzzle to try and keep on top of everything. It is very hard, I think, in this puzzle. This is 5, 6, 8, or 9 by Sudoku. This one can't be 1, 2, or 3. It also sees a 6, 8 pair. So I'm putting 4, 5, 7, 9. Now I can consider this line. But I don't know what I can consider about it. Oh, what I can consider is that this cage can't have a 1 in it. So the 1 in box 7 is now placed there on a renban line. Oh, a renban line that was otherwise complete. Ah. Now, 1 is in one of those 2 cells, but it's not there because this 1 says it can't be in this cage. This vault rule is so confusing. So that's the 1. It's not the coloured cell. That is the coloured cell which has a 6 or an 8 in it. Are all my 1s finished? I can put the last one in now. There it is. Now my 1s are finished. Now I've got blue there. One of these is blue. And one of these is blue. And that really doesn't even seem to help matters much. I want to know which one of these is 7 and which one is 9. How can I find that out? Now, okay, what did we work out red-green was? It's either 4, 5 or 6, 8. This digit is 4, 6, 7 or 8. So we don't have any 1s, 2s or 3s on this line. Therefore, we do have all of 5, 6, 7, 8 and then one extreme digit. And that means there is a place for blue on the line and a place for green. And the place for green is either there or there. That doesn't really get it done, I don't think. I mean, I'm trying to think. Okay, 5 can't be in this cage. Right. Now, what are these two cells? And what are they in respect of this box? Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. I could probably pull the same trick here first, and it's even more profitable here. I think we're in business here. Right, first question, where does 5 go in box 3? It's in one of those cells. It's in this cage. What does that mean this can't be 5? So that's a 4. Red is a 4. Yellow is a 5. That's not a 4 now. I thought that was going to do something for this line. It didn't really. That's not a 5. It's just Sudoku rules. I can't rule 5 out of there, even though the killer playing part of my brain is desperately urging me to. Anyway, the point about this was that red and green had to be in this box, out of the cage up here. Just as yellow and purple, which is what I'm christening this cell, have to appear in this box, not in the cage, because their placement orthogonally adjacent to this bit of the cage mean they can't be in this bit of the cage. So where do yellow and purple go? Obviously yellow 5 is there. Purple is not 1 or 2, so it must go here. And it's a new number in a way. Oh, I don't know, it could be blue. Oh, it really could be blue. The only way it's not blue is if this line with the 7 on here doesn't have blue and green on it. Oh no, hang on, I might have made a false assumption there. I mean, I haven't gone wrong yet, I just may be speaking ahead of myself. These are from 5, 6, 8, 9. Green is in one of those cells, but blue could be as well, and blue is here and in one of these 3. I haven't got, oh, well, either this is blue or purple is blue in row 4. Okay, I don't know quite what that's proving. This is red or green, 4, 6 or 8. 7 is definitely in one of these cells, and blue is definitely in one of them. This is odd because of the renban. So this is 5 or 7. Is that? Oh, well, it's not 5. This has to be a 7. How strange. But how useful. Right, this is odd because that's even and these are consecutive digits. It sees 1, 3, 9 and 5, so it is 7. This is now 6 or 8 and not 4. 4 is the red digit, so 4 goes here. This is the green 6 or 8. 4 is on this line, so 9 isn't. That is a 7. And it's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 line, so it needs a green cell, and that now goes here, and we're in business now. Also, I just put a 9 on this line, and that needs a 7 on it right there, and a blue cell, and a 5 amongst those two. Okay, I don't know which is which necessarily. That's a 5 by Sudoku though, so that's a 4 by Sudoku. I'm going to get rid of red and yellow colouring now, because I don't think I'm using that anymore. find this quite a complicated puzzle to try and understand, I have to say. 4, 6 and 8 go in these cells, so one of those two that I've just highlighted is blue. Oh no, 7 is in this cage. It doesn't mean it has to repeat in this cage. I'm probably missing some digit that's not allowed in this cage that's very important now. I can't see what it is. What about this purple? Oh yeah, what about these digits? Green. Does green have to be on this line? Yes, it does now, because that 4 has ruled that out from being 4. That's quite important. Now there's no 4 on this line, so 6 and 8 must be on it with 7. So we need a place for green, which has to be here, and a place for blue, which is one of those two. But we've done green, and this is not green, but it could be blue. Goodness. I thought I was making huge progress. There's a green in one of those two cells. Oh. No. I was wondering if the vault rule decided on green's position. Maybe it decides on blues somewhere. One of these is blue. One of these is blue. One of these 3 is blue. Oh, just do the bloomin' renban stuff, Mark. So, is this one, this digit is 6, 8 or 9 by Sudoku. So this is 6, 8 or 9 because I've identified it as purple. Now, can that be 5? Only if purple is blue. That seems to work fine. One of these 2 is 5. That's not very interesting. Oh, I'm missing something on the vault, aren't I? You're probably shouting it at the screen. Am I missing something on the vault? Oh, one of these 2 is a 4 by Sudoku. Oh, that is a 4 by Sudoku, which is even more strong since I've worked out that purple can't be. That was the value of purple. So that's 4, and this one isn't 4. And this is 6 or 8, and it's not green, so that's blue. Now that has to be blue. This is big. This is big news. Now we've got green and blue on this line. That's not 6 or 8. That's 5. That's not 5. That's not 5. This is a 6, 8, 9 triple in the top row. And this is a 4, 5, 7 set. In fact, that is a naked 4. And I can fill in 5 and 7. Unexpectedly, but that's fine. 3 is in one of those 2 cells, and that 3 says it's not in this cage. So 3 goes there. That is not coloured. In fact, it places 3 there, and neither of them are coloured green. So these 2 are the definite greens that contain 6, 8. And all the greens are done as long as I put in the last one. How about the blues? How are we doing on blues? We can place blue in box 1. And we can place blue, we can't quite decide. Yes, we can place blue in column 4, and it's purple. Purple has become blue. And look, that's 6, 8 on the line, so that's a 9. And that is now 6 or 8, so that is also blue. And the last blue goes here. And this digit is not blue and is therefore 7. And that's all the greens and blues placed. Something somewhere is sure to be telling me, oh, here it is. Look, I get to put in a 9 by Sudoku in this box. And then that's on this 2-cell renban. I normally joke about how useless 2-cell renbans are, but of course they're wonderfully helpful at some point in the puzzle, and that's now. We get to learn that blue is 8, green is 6, and suddenly we've very nearly finished the whole puzzle, which is just brilliant. I mean, that is a 5 to make this line work. 6, 4, 5, 7, 8. Then we can put in 9 and 4. I think we must be able to finish rows 4, 5, 6. That finishes row 3, and we've just got the bottom 3 rows to sort out. 7 and 9 here. There we go. And that's a really clever puzzle. Vaulted lattice by Blobs. Brilliant stuff. Enjoyed that a lot and delighted to have had a go at it. It's the sort of thing Blobs does. Excellent fun. Really clever, but quite complicated in your brain, I think. Nice. Thank you for watching, as always, on the channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.